how to feel lighter and free when life feels heavy. There's a lot going on right now. There's socioeconomic uncertainty in the world, lots of political stuff going on. It can be very heavy and taxing, and if we really focus on that, it can take a lot out of us. We could just feel drained, and I don't want you to feel like that. So today, I'm going to give you 3 mindset standpoints that you can lean on when life does feel a little bit heavy. Just little tiny tweaks in your mindset can give you a different outlook on things that can raise your vibe. So if you are in for that, go ahead and get your pen or pencil and paper ready to take some notes. It's fine if you don't have anything to take notes with. You can do it right here in the comments on YouTube. So get that ready. I'll be back in just a second to give you these 3 different mindset standpoints for you to use to help yourself feel more freedom from that heaviness. But before we get there, I want you to check and see, are you a subscriber here? And if not, go ahead and click the subscribe button and the little bell. All that bell does is just puts us in your feed on YouTube and gives you a notification that we've dropped another video just like this. Our whole goal is to give you lower stress and more success every single day of your life. So if you're a fan of that, more success, then stick around because we're about to deliver.
GILD Coaching. More success, less stress.
Every person on earth has days that feel heavy. It's just a fact. Some days are heavier than others. It's those seasons of heaviness that I'm really concerned about for you, because we have had a few years now of some really heavy stuff. Our world getting thrown upside down, everything feels different. People all of a sudden are very angry about a lot of things. There's a lot of anger and toxicity and negativity around us, and we need to stay above that. So today I want to share with you 3 mindset tweaks or mindset standpoints that can help you to overcome that heaviness, that toxicity, that negativity. Okay? And these aren't necessarily things that you implement with other people. They're literally questions that you can ask yourself. So this is going to be really important for you to write down. If you don't have a pen and paper, please do open up the comment section here and take your notes here. You can hit the thumbs up on this video so that it will be saved in your liked videos, and you can come back later, look over your notes, watch the video again if you want. Have it handy to share with someone else who you care about, who you want to add some lightness to their life. Okay, so get ready to take notes. Here are the 3 different mindset standpoints. You'll understand what I mean when I say standpoint in just a minute after I explain them. So number 1, I like to call this one 3 days. When things seem really heavy, I like to remind myself that right now my life really consists of 3 days. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. I don't have to think about anything that happened prior to yesterday, not really. I don't have to think about anything that's going to happen after tomorrow. Not really. Those 3 days are within my grasp. I can't relive yesterday, but it's very, very fresh in my mind, and I have anticipation of what's going to happen tomorrow. So most of our stress and anxiety comes from worrying about things in the past that we cannot control. Completely nonsensical, I know. Worry does nothing to help us at all. Or worrying about the what if, could be's of the future. You know, what if this happens? What if that happens? Also, we can't control. So worry and stress, it mostly comes from here. So reminding ourselves that we really can reduce our thought pattern down to 3 days, yesterday, today, and tomorrow, it helps us to release a lot of that worry and a lot of that negative energy that we've created for ourselves. When you remind yourself, 3 days, I have yesterday's memories, today's experiences, and tomorrow, the anticipation of tomorrow. You can ask yourself, would this thing really get on my nerves if I only had today and tomorrow to live? Or would I let it go? Would this be as big of a deal with 2 to 3 days left of my life? No, I would totally ignore it and go the other direction. It helps you to put things in perspective of what really is important, what really is vital, and what really should be focused on. So that's number 1. Remind yourself just to focus on 3 days. Number 2, I want you to remember that failure is relative. Okay? Failure, I teach this to my students. Just write down the word fail, F-A-I-L. And then from each letter, write a word. First attempt in learning. That's what fail means. It's your first attempt in learning. Failure is relative. It depends on your standpoint on an issue. If I know that I wanted to achieve a certain thing and I didn't quite get there, but in the public eye, look at everything else that I've done, they don't believe that I've failed, but I might be telling myself that I failed. But is it really failure? So rethink what failure actually means to you. If you can look at failure as a first attempt in learning to move forward, then all of a sudden, instead of something that, you use to beat yourself up, you're like, okay, that didn't work, but what did I learn from this experience so that I can move on to the next experience? It really reframes failure. All right, and number 3, fear. Everybody has fear, and I have a big, dirty secret about fear for you. Most of the fears that you have are not your fears. Most of the fears that you have were taught to you by other people. Little kids who are scared of spiders, they're not actually naturally scared of spiders. They're scared of spiders because their mom or their dad goes, ah, and hits it and kills it. And they're like, oh, I should fear that. They're not naturally afraid of a hot stove. They learn to be afraid either because a parent or guardian says, don't touch that, it's hot, it'll burn you, it'll hurt so bad. Or because they touch it and they're like, ooh, I learned that. I'm conditioning to that. Other fears, they're given to us by people. Don't watch the news. I used to be a news reporter, a news producer. Like, don't go there. It's somebody else's campaign to tell you what they want you to hear. There's no fair and balanced anything in journalism. And trust me, that was my career for the first part of my professional life. There's nothing fair and balanced there. Everything comes with a bias. Everything comes with an agenda. Be very mindful of what messages you're receiving that can create different fears in you. Most of your fear isn't your own. So when you are afraid of something, when you do have an idea of something, ask yourself, where did this fear come from? Where did this idea come from? And do I want it to be mine? That gives you the power to decide, no, I don't want it to be mine. I really don't. This doesn't serve me. So you can let it go. You can let it go, and then the world doesn't seem quite so heavy when you've decided, you know what, I'm not going to worry about this. One other thing about fear and worry, really, most people only worry about things that they can't control. They don't worry about things that they can control because if they could control them, they would be in actions to control that thing. So why waste your time on something that can carry no action with you anyway? Figure out, are my worries my own? Are my fears my own? And if they're not, let them go. Alleviate yourself from that weight. You'll feel so much better. If any of this landed for you, if you enjoyed it, if you think it's helpful, give me a thumbs up so I know, please. And if you didn't already hit the subscribe button and the bell, go ahead and do that now. And we will see you next time that we drop a video to help you live a life with lower stress and much, much more success.